after this. Real killer. OY Jamie and the Sugar Hill OY gang versus the 40 boys. He did in real life what he did in the movie. Hold on, what is this about? Hold on, let's check this out. Let's see what they're talking about on this, man. Shout out to Word on the Street. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification button to be notified when I go
What up,
live and when I
y'all?
drop a video.
We realize that a lot of you are not subscribed, but are watching the content. Some people are not signed in on through their televisions, so that might be the case. But if it's not, please subscribe to the channel. Also, we have a Cash App that we never promote, so if anyone appreciates this content and want to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. We try to push out stories consistently, so show us some love if you got it. Enough of that though. Okay, we back in Harlem.
What did you want me to
Here's a
react
quick
to,
story surrounding some events that had taken place. We are not going to waste any time, let's get into it. Jeremy Sanchez was charged with the murder of Kenneth Archbold, 19, who was fatally shot in Harlem.
Word on the street, a cop. He lying about what he said about my blog. Bro, nobody having illegal weapons. Well, that's crazy.
July 15, 2012. Another child will never know her father because of senseless gun violence in Harlem. Kenneth Archbold, 19, eagerly awaited the birth of his daughter, just a month and a half away, when he was chased down and shot 3 times. He died in front of Harlem Hospital. No arrest had immediately been made. Archbold's heartbroken mother said her son had once lived in that neighborhood. He moved to New Jersey to get away from all this, she said after the hearing. Archbold graduated from Teaneck High School. He was very excited to be a father, she said. She also said he picked a name for the little girl 3 months into his girlfriend's pregnancy. His moms denied that her son was involved with a gang, but considered the possibility his friends were members. He was preparing for a job interview at a food concession stand at the Barclays Center just before the shooting. His daughter will never see him, the dead teen's mom said. They need to stop the violence. More and more innocent kids are getting killed in the crossfire. A month and a half later, on August 29, a young man named Jeremy would be arrested in connection to a push robbery in Washington Heights. It was said that he was the stick-up man, as he was armed with a gun, and that it took place near the George Washington Bridge. During that arrest, in a shocking turn of events, he would confess to the murder of Kenneth Archbold. Probably unbeknownst to the arresting officer, the 16-year-old Jeremy was a teen actor who played a gun-toting killer in an independent movie about violence in Harlem. The movie is called Toddlers, and in it, Jeremy's character, Jay, isn't
How old are these kids they're using?
afraid to pull the trigger of his Glock. In one scene, Jay and some friends, armed with guns, run into an apartment and shoot 2 people dead before torching the place. In another scene, Jay pulls a gun and makes one of his friends eat feces for having a foul mouth. But that victim later gets his revenge, killing Jeremy's character. The movie would later become controversial, in part to how eerily it reflected Jeremy's life. So here it is now, in real life, Jeremy is arrested for a real armed robbery and ends up confessing to a real-life murder, the murder of Kenneth Archbold. He told police that he and a friend were coming back from a party about 2 a.m. when he saw Archbold and a kid from a rival street gang walking along Lenox Avenue near West 135th Street. We started chasing them. I went after one, but he got away. When I came back, Archbold was being beaten up. I had a .380 pistol and I shot him 3 times, Jeremy told investigators. The confession came 2 days after Kenneth's daughter was born. Jeremy Sanchez was arraigned in Manhattan Supreme Court on October 3, 2012, on murder and weapons charges. He wore an orange prison jumpsuit and sporting 4 long braids in his hair. Boldly enough, he gave himself a name tag which represented his gang, OY.
Doing that in court is... Why would he do that? He's like, look, police, look. That's not crazy. Chad, that's not crazy, bro. Don't open Discord. What channel? Don't open what channel? What's going on, bro?
Jeremy Sanchez's family exchanged air kisses with the accused killer and called out, "Sexy thing," as he left the courtroom. They declined to comment. He thinks he's living out a movie, said the mother of the slain teen. My son is gone. He's not coming back. His daughter is going to have no father. I don't think he understands that. Media said Toddlers created a firestorm when it was released on DVD earlier that year, and that director Tremaine M5 Brown didn't cast actors, but
Who sent the text? They deleted it. Who sent that? I went off Discord for 2 seconds and someone spammed. Who spammed it, bro? Can you just give me mod? What's your esports? Esports, bro. Esports, bro. We had so many good conversations. I have to get rid of you now. I have to get rid of you now, bro. I have to get rid of you now, bro. But if I have to make y'all mod, y'all have to be in Discord. You feel what I'm saying? I can't make y'all mod and y'all never. I already banned him. Yeah, bro. Esports, bro. Esports, bro. We had some good conversations, gang. It's sad to see you go. It's sad to see you go. You feel what I'm saying? That's why Lucky's mod, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why Lucky's mod. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out Lucky.
Poor kids
I
from
be
the
in
neighborhood.
Discord all day.
Critics said it glorified thug
What's your
life.
Discord name?
Brown argued the film was merely a grim reflection of reality, which is why he chose not to use real actors. That's what's going on, I'm just showing it, Brown told the Daily News. You hear about these murders, but people don't see how it happens. I show how these incidents happen. These are real-life situations. Too real for Archbold's mother, who saw the movie trailer on YouTube. I was just very disturbed to see the gun in Sanchez's hand and see him shoot, she said. It just brings back what happened to Kenneth. On August 17, 2015, a jury in New York State Supreme Court found Jeremy guilty of all the charges in the indictment against him, including the top charge of murder in the second degree, as well as criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. The facts proven at trial was slightly different. Instead of walking, Kenneth Archbold and a friend were riding bicycles along Lenox Avenue when they encountered Sanchez at the corner of West 134th Street. The verdict was announced almost 3 months later on November 4, 2015. Jeremy Sanchez was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison.
This defendant, seeing Kenneth Archibald being beaten for no reason, rather than step up and help Mr. Archibald, pulled a gun and shot him 3 times.
I just want to tell his mom and his family that I'm sorry for their loss. That's what I'm
Damn. Yeah, to Sky is great. By who?
Only a couple of months after he was sentenced, it was said that he got into a situation with a Latin king over the phone in jail. Not sure if this was the situation, but there was the claim of negligent supervision arising from an assault by several inmates.
I don't care about losing members, bro. I don't care about losing members. If you violate the Discord rules or do some stupid stuff, you're gone. I'm not here to give second chances. Y'all know what's wrong and right. Y'all were raised by y'all parents, bro. Like, what are we talking about right now? Unban them, you're losing members. You ever seen Hood Avatar? You talking about RDC? I love RDC videos. I've been watching RDC since like 2015, 2016. But like, yeah, bro, why would I sit there? Thank you, Matthew. Like, why would I sit there and unban somebody that's doing some stupid stuff? What if it's a 10-year-old? He needs to be raised better. Go make a new account, buddy, and be good. You do some stupid stuff, you're gone. I gave I don't know a chance, told him what it was. And you know what he did? He did it again. So he's gone too. Y'all are original members. Y'all, I don't know. Remember that. He was going for what he did. I'm not giving no second chances, bro. I don't know was the reason why this started in the first place, bro. Niggas is done. I promise y'all.
At Great Meadow Correctional
I got you.
Facility
Send in
the
suggestions. I'm gonna look for it.
Jeremy alleged that the inmates rushed into his unlocked cell, E-block, and stabbed him first in the right eye and then numerous times about his body. He was confined to Albany Medical Center for 12 days, lost vision in his right eye, suffered a broken arm, torn tendons and multiple stab wounds. There isn't much of an update on Jeremy. He is still incarcerated. Word on the street, Jeremy went by the alias Jamie. He was a member of the OY gang, who had a heavy presence in Sugar Hill. They were and in fact still, beefing with Lenox Avenue, specifically, the 40 Boys. The 40 Boys come from 140th and Lenox Avenue. For a short period of time, they were YBs and were said to have a connection to Bronx hoods, such as Bronx River. Today, most of the 40 Boys are Jets. Specifically, they are Hounds and Crips. Although he was not a gang member, Kenneth, who also went by the name Ken Rax, was affiliated with the 40 Boys.
What do you
He
not?
grew up in Harlem, but moved to Teaneck, New Jersey with his aunt to get away from the gun violence.
Nah, the dude on Discord's name is I don't know. Like his name is IDK. That's literally what his name is.
In the neighborhood. The night of the shooting, he was back in the area for a friend's
If
party.
that was me,
This
I'd
was
hit
just
him,
one
cut
situation
me
that pointed to the
open,
feud
still
between the two
conscious,
crews.
little
It
nigga
consisted of the
typing out.
older group shooting at each other across Lenox and 8th
Good luck on
Avenue
the surgery,
to the
man. What a
after-school
bro.
scraps of the younger
What a bro.
guys.
God got
It
you.
was not uncommon to see the crews getting it on by the McDonald's. From time to time, there would be a brawl here. People are also familiar with the story of Big L's nephew, Leroy and Sugar Hill Kane. Supposedly Kane was killed by Leroy, and Leroy was in turn killed in retaliation for Kane's death. There was also the death of Gaddy, and this guy, who was a seasoned criminal with arrests dating back to 2010, was suspected as being involved in the murder. As for the 40 Boys though, another situation that took place that has not been talked about as much was the death of Key 9. On June 27, 2021, Key 9 was fatally shot during an argument on West 136th Street and Lenox Avenue about 6:50 p.m. He was approached by two unidentified men, sought for questioning. One suspect brandished a handgun and fired multiple times, striking Key in his back, neck, and left ankle. The suspects then fled on foot, the NYPD said. Key died at Harlem Hospital. Cops found 8 shell casings on the scene. A lot of guys that are 40 Boys also harbor 139th Street, which was the block Big L's crew came from, and his nephew Leroy.
RP Big L, man. He tough.
Key 9, real name
was tough.
Keyshawn, grew up in the neighborhood, but had moved to the Bronx with his mother. It was just him and her. He was her baby. He had graduated from Frederick Douglass Academy. Shortly after the 6:50 p.m. fatal shooting, cops took a suspect into custody, but the man was never charged. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve to be
It's
shot
winter,
like that, his mother
guys.
tearfully told the Daily News after the crime. Keyshawn had just
That's
gotten
not-
his driver's license.
Just because you say you love someone doesn't make you gay. What are you talking about? This is family. You love family. If you support me, I support you, and I love you for supporting me. That's not a problem. Like, stop it. And I don't have no favorites. I don't have no favorites in no way. Favorite family, friend, supporter, none of that. Zay Primo is OYK. I don't like that music, so what does that tell you? Trending? What does that tell you?
And was planning on buying his first car. They also recounted how he spent a year working in downtown Manhattan hotels for medical staff who were quarantined outside of hospitals. He was working in hotels for doctors and nurses, making sure they're good, his sister remembered. My brother took that job on. That's all he was doing this whole year.
If we
He
are
was
your
putting
family,
himself
are you
out
going
there.
to stay with
That
us?
goes
when
to
you're a
say even
grandpa?
more about his
I'm
character.
gonna be on YouTube my whole
This was
life.
during
Bro.
the
I don't
height
see.
of
I
the
don't see myself
pandemic. He
stopping.
didn't live the
making
kind of
videos.
life that
Even
prepared
though
his
I am
family
on
for his
Tony,
violent
we'll see.
death, his kin said. My brother didn't have an ill bone in his body, his sister said. Anybody that met my brother, they got a good vibe off of him. Blood, a gold backpack and a pair of sneakers were left at the spot where Keyshawn was murdered on West 136th Street in Harlem. His family had been told the cops had a suspect in custody, but as of that following day, no one had been charged, and police released photos of the shooter and an accomplice who remained at large. On the left was the suspected shooter.
Say that.
The family said they were glad to hear from detectives that someone was initially in police custody, though the news didn't ease their loss. That person's mother still gets to see him in jail, his sister said. They still get to visit him. We don't have that luxury. My brother is not here. Nearly a year later, in June of 2022, Dean King had been named by the NYPD as the
his
triggerman who
braids are
fatally shot Key during the argument. It was not immediately disclosed how King was identified as the one who killed Key. However, Boy was on the run. Almost 2 years later, in early January of 2024, King was
K9
arrested
takes
in
down
Columbia,
murder
South
suspect
Carolina.
in New York.
A man wanted for murder out of
Clipped.
New York is now behind bars in Richland County.
A release from the sheriff's department said that, at about 2:45 p.m., deputies attempted to identify a man walking near the 1800 block of Decker Boulevard in regard to an investigation about a stolen car. The sheriff's department alleges the suspect provided false information to officers, then ran away.
It's been 10
Authorities
minutes.
attempted to detain the
Since it-
man,
how long
and
is
he
this, 2
allegedly assaulted
hours?
deputies,
It's been 10
one
minutes,
of which
bro.
was injured. The suspect ran away again and was eventually captured with the assistance of a sheriff's department K9. The man was taken to the county
This is
jail,
right. Nah,
where
you
he
good,
was
gang.
eventually identified as Dean King, who was wanted on a murder charge by the New York Police Department. Not exactly sure what is going on with King at the moment, but this about wraps this story up though. And as
Cool video, man. Cool video, man. Cool video. This was back in 2012. I wonder what the state of this whole situation is now. Cause I've heard them bring up that situation in certain songs and things like that. So I wonder where it stands as of now. But that was a cool video, man. Shout out Word on the Street. Shout out Word on the Street for sure.